quite a good transition, isn't it?
Very professional.
Hey, look, do you know what? Enjoyable. Welcome back to 9 Years TV, final whistle. We won. I'm shattered. I don't know about anybody, I'm absolutely shattered.
What a draining last 20 minutes, 27 minutes or whatever it ended up being. But yeah.
I think we're all a bit tired, aren't we? And do you know what, I just want to pick up on, I don't really promote our own podcasts, tweets, but brilliant one from, I think it was Chris. John Akinde coming on, he's 84 years old. That's actually cheered me up. I feel like 84 years old after watching that. George, hey, look, a win's a win, isn't it?
Yeah, a win's a win. I mean, like the performance, we'll talk about later on, but it's 3 points. We were talking on the show about if it was a must-win game or not. We've won it.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big box ticked. Obviously, Danny Macklin, the new MD, was here. He would have seen that.
I was going to say, he's not responsible for that, surely.
No,
he's not the Messiah, is he?
No, but it's one of those things where you look at it and it's just box ticks of everything that we needed to do today.
Yeah.
I said on the pre-match show, in fact, so did you, there'd be one goal in it. It'd probably be a 2-1 one way or the other. It's ended up 2-1 to us. So it's really good.
I said 4-0, I was close.
Yeah, it was a good result for us today, and it gives us something to build on going into the next 5, which, as you can see, includes some very, very winnable games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get to the tail of the tape. Decent start for us, but as we all knew, Kwesi Appiah was going to score. Straightforward goal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we spoke about his aerial threat. He's reinvented himself as a bit of a target man, and it showed.
Yeah.
I mean, he was winning basically every header he had, and an easy goal. It was probably far. I can't remember who it was he was challenging against.
He's Ogudiri on the back stick, I think.
Yeah, and that's not really where you want him. But
No.
It was a good goal, deserved goal. They looked much better for the lead going into half time and for the start of the second half, but then all of a sudden something clicked and we just looked fantastic.
And do you know what? There was tension, wasn't there? I was saying to both as we were sitting up there, it just felt like that home win we need so desperately, obviously, in terms of league from the start of the season. But it just felt like the goal went in and the nerves around the stadium. Hey, me too. I was like, oh my days, I've seen this before. And really, it was probably George back getting into half time, wasn't it?
Yeah,
really.
That was the thing. It was getting into half time, being 1 down, and then in the second half, really before the crowd had even taken their seats, literally, we ended up, we pulled it level with a very good goal. That has to be said from Josh Davis, and with a good assist from Harry Pell clearing out one of their boys and getting away with it. So I think, it's a good goal, well taken from, Josh, and from there we sort of kicked on a bit and looked to take control of the game, and then it was a former academy graduate getting the assist by conceding a penalty.
Yeah. To be fair, they made 3 subs, so I think they made all 5 subs in the end, didn't they?
Yeah, they made all 5, and they made 3, and then the 2.
It just felt every sub was bigger and older on that sort of side of it. But they finished. Hey, look, let's before we get to that stage, Paul Russell, we finally closed one out. Thanks, Nick.
Yeah, that save from Nick Zanev right at the end, from close range against.
So the
that's massive.
So the equaliser, I missed it. I was getting some sausage rolls. Very nice sausage rolls, by the way. We've got some visitors up here. It's very professional. Yeah. Do you want to talk through? Did you see it spike? No, we missed it. Did you miss it?
No, I saw it.
Oh, you got back in time.
Saw the equaliser. Yeah, it was. I didn't really know. Like, to me, from where I was sat, which is obviously not as in a premium position like you guys, it looked as though their guy cleared Pell out.
Yeah.
I guess it was on the, and Bloomfield was. Bloomfield.
Yeah.
He was going mad on the touchline.
Yeah.
I'm sat right behind where he is, and he was not happy by it at all. No. But he was getting some maybe not so light-hearted stick from our fans, and yeah, I think we were good value for the goal, and then we won the penalty, and we seem to just have these periods of, rather than having anything sustained, we'll have like a really good period within a game where we do good stuff, and then it's just hoping that the not so good times around it don't balance out and cause us to lose the games.
Yeah, and then that's the difference. It's about making those periods of pressure and those periods of success last as long as we possibly can.
Yeah.
but also making them count, because that's something that hasn't happened in the early stages of this season. It's starting to happen a bit more at Bradford and again today, where if we can punish teams when we're having a spell of dominance, it gives us. Today is an exact sort of game we would have lost 1-0 or 1-1 a couple of months ago. So it gives us a good opportunity to build on.
Yeah, and sorry, we've got Simon joining us up here, who's from lovely America. Sorry about that. We obviously live TV and Reed split up. So have we gone through the second goal yet?
We have not gone through the
No,
second.
I was listening. Second goal decent.
Yeah.
And in all fairness, it was not giving up, wasn't it? You know, Aya played okay today, but the good thing he did, he didn't give him any space, did we? And we were saying obviously they made a triple substitution, and one of our former players,
Assal.
It's a close one. To be fair, struggled to pick up the pace of the game.
Yeah.
And in the end, he was the one that got caught out where ball dropped in the area, Assal was on his toes, nipped it, penalty all day long.
Yeah, and Assal would know. So when Assal was a second-year scholar, I was an under-16 playing up in the under-18, so they played together a bit then. But just seeing, I just knew we could work harder and nick in front of him, and knew that there was. It was a clumsy challenge from Assal, from Ash. But
I think it was just where he hadn't caught up with the pace of the game.
Yeah. It's one of those of maybe 10 minutes. If he'd had an extra 10 minutes on it, maybe don't make it. But it was a penalty, very well taken from Josh Davidson, a brace for him today.
And do you know what? It took ages for penalties to be taken, didn't it, Spike? There was, I don't know, I think the keeper was playing Kidoji, then someone went in front of Josh Davidson. Then we had on the site, on the edge of the area, they were fighting the handbags, weren't they?
Yeah.
It's one of those, you're like thinking, the longer it takes as a penalty taker, potentially you think more about it, don't you?
Yeah.
But in the end, he slotted it away comfortably, didn't he?
It was a really good, when you see them just having these unnecessary handbags, you think, is it going to get in? Is it going to get into his head? But fair play to him. He took it well, and he played well. Like I said in the pre-match, I think he's been our best signing so far, and I think today only reinforced that. His hold-up play was brilliant. He had 2 really well-taken goals, and he's looking like really good value.
Yeah, and 5 goals for the season now.
Yeah,
he'd make his way onto the...
He'll be on our graphic for the next time game.
Yeah.
But we spoke a bit about the goal scorers earlier on in the pre-match show, and NYC, and that's a big Nathan Young. That's a big loss, and it's
another original nickname.
no original names here. But about going out and trying to find those goals, Chisler, we spoke about him tripping in a few. Davison has now got a massive role to play for the next few months, because he's our sole goal scoring threat from that forward line right now. Yep. And it's so important that he can keep scoring, and he hadn't scored in a while, so it's good for him to kick on.
Definitely. So full times. The latest scores on there are actual now full time. So Bradford won at Harrogate. I think we beat Colchester. I'll get that one on there. 0-0 Carlisle Crew. Stevenage, I'm not surprised. Stevenage winning at Crawley. Whoa, Gillingham winning 1-0 against Sutton United in the localish derby. It was a surprise.
South of the country derby.
Hey, look, we kiss of death. We go to Leighton Orient, Newport. That's a real surprise.
Yeah,
that's when you for Sunday were 23rd. They decided they'd play like it.
Yeah, Rochdale lost home to Doncaster, Salford 1-0 Grimsby. Stockport County again struggling at home, aren't they? They really are struggling. Walsall, who we place next week, 1-0. Northampton 1 at Swindon, and Tranmere 1 at Barrow. That's interesting. Obviously getting beaten at home by Leighton Orient. Barrow now lost 2 on the spin. That's an interesting one. And we have moved up. How many places? One place. And look at that. We are now 2 points behind Sutton United for a 6-pointer, just in time for them to visit Plough Lane. To be fair, do you know what? Today's performance, it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was spectacular. If you looked at the players, I don't think anyone stood out today, if I'm being honest with this point. But it was just, I know we talked about must win at the beginning of the game, but it was just literally win the game. And we didn't play as well, but win the game, because no one's going to remember the performance in a week's time.
For me, I think Towler played very well. He was just composed at the back. I think all of the defence played pretty well.
Very well.
Yeah, Oggs.
Sorry.
Yeah.
What about Gunnar? Because I thought he'd done nothing special, but he didn't do anything wrong.
No, but that's the thing.
Do you remember what I mean by that?
It was a 7 out of 10 game for him.
I'll take a 7 out of 10.
And that's what you want from him. You want him, and that's what we've been saying all season. Was if you play him on the right of the 3, he could be that consistent 7 out of 10. Doesn't do anything in either direction in a major way, but just no mistakes and just supports everything. And that's what he gave tonight and gave today. Sorry, and
I don't die yet.
Yeah, and it's something that it's encouraging. There were no bad performances today. Harris Magoma, I thought had a good game.
Yeah.
Oggs had a very good game. there's there's certainly encouragement to build on.
I'll tell you one thing that I was a little bit worried in terms of they made in the end all their 5 subs.
Yeah.
And like I say, every sub that come on was bigger than the last one. I was worried that we hadn't managed our subs well.
Yeah.
Are you that? In terms of we made one sub for, we suffered an injury, which was Magoma,
Yeah.
not, who amazingly, even though he's injured, still managed to get as far away as possible on the far side. I don't know about anyone else, but I could just see him sneaking away.
Yeah.
And we made up on Ogundiri when got the yellow card, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Which was a perfect. I mean, that was the kind of cards you need to get. There are a few people around me who are complaining about that one, but you take that
But also,
every day of the week.
But you know what? It was a good battle on that side.
Yeah.
That was a good battle on that side.
Yeah.
And also, PK, who came on for Ogs, PK then made a
Paul
goal saving.
Kalambai.
That's the word, yeah.
Kalambai came on and made another goal saving foul and
Yeah.
got a yellow card
That's
for
right.
it.
Yeah.
And
That's right.
had it been Ugandire still on,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're looking at that being a red.
Or not making the foul.
Or not making a foul and they get him the chance.
Yeah.
And hey, look, last ball into the box. I think from the foul that
Yeah.
was done, Zanev.
Oh,
Hey, look,
great
he didn't
save.
have. Let's be honest with you, he didn't have much to do this afternoon in terms of outstanding saves. But that was a great save at the end.
Oh yeah, really good save, closing out, the ball in the far post who, chased.
So he's
down
got the
second
flick.
ball.
You're like, oh,
Yeah, but Nick came out and dealt with it well. He dealt with the succession of corners they had in the closing minutes very well. Yeah, Nick Zanev, he's needed good games. He had a good game at Bradford, albeit being at fault for one of the goals. And then he had another good game today, and nothing he could have done about the goal. So, it's good for Nick and start building his confidence into the keeper we all know he can be.
definitely. And do you know what? At the end, the reactions there said it all. The management team were all hugging each other. Johnny Jackson really looked. You can sometimes tell by reactions, can't you? As much as Bradford celebrated like they won a cup final last week, an equaliser, we celebrated similarly today, didn't we? I think that tells you that was a massive win. And actually, do you know what? Winning horribly, I think that was the thing. So I think that meant a lot to Johnny Jackson.
Yeah, it did. And I think we, everyone can see the pressure was starting to build on JJ. And, we were talking about must-win games and we're 10 games in. So it's, we're talking about, 5 points from the next 3 and all of that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So we needed to get that win, that home win under the box ticked. And then they move on to Walsall, who were struggling. And then against Sutton, in a big game against the team around us in the league.
Who just lost against Gillingham.
Who just lost against Gillingham.
I know disrespect Gillingham. They're
Yeah,
not very
no,
good.
but it gives us that confidence to,
That's the right way.
No disrespect, but
yeah,
get ready for some serious disrespect.
yeah.
Oh dear. Jeffrey Paul Roberts just saying here, couldn't get to a game today, thanks RMT, great win though, made my weekend. That was a shame thing about it. Obviously a reduced attendance here today, wasn't it? In terms of 3 buses and a tube to get here today. Although I'm very glad about that. The people that weren't here, of course, Rob Boyce. Getting his Uber, Uber across Germany at the moment or somewhere like that.
Yeah.
But
You know what,
Boise is
back
now,
at all, he's not coming on
No,
it.
he's missed all our home wins this year. He's only missed those games, and he's missed all of the wins.
And that was your first league win, Spike, yeah?
That was my first league win since
Not
when
if
was
you've had
it?
loads to
December
pick from.
9th.
Yeah,
No,
you
that was
weren't at
Accrington.
Aki. You weren't
That
at
was-
Aki,
yeah,
were you? So
no.
it would have
And
been
the Papa Johns don't count.
no. So it would have been FA Cup, wouldn't it? Against
Yeah.
FA Cup against was it Guys?
Anyway, my most recent win
Anyway,
was,
basically,
was
Rob's
the
not
1st
allowed
of
back on here for
October.
the Sutton game.
Yeah.
You can stand outside somewhere.
Yeah.
We got in the bag, haven't we? We're the ones now. We've got the record now. We're the ones that are holding on.
Yeah.
Where are we there? Next 5. Let's get back to serious. Next 5, Walsall away. Next week, Saturday night, big London derby, South London derby. Hey, look, that's
South West London derby.
I don't know. It's going to be a great game, though. To be fair, Rochdale. Hey, look, Rochdale go at the bottom of the league for a reason at the moment. Crew Alexander.
They won today, though, right?
They won.
Did they win? No, lost at home to Doncaster.
What do I know?
And then Harrogate Town, end of October.
Wow.
And
That looks quite. Do you know what? I don't like looking 5 games ahead sometimes.
But it's the first time we've done this show, looked at the next 5, and said we should be getting something out of
we
all
should
of
win
them.
them, so it basically means absolutely
Yeah,
nothing.
I mean that's the thing. You look at that. You should be saying 10 points from those 5.
Yeah, you know what?
George, I'm going to hold you to that, mate.
I was speaking to someone else about this, including today's game. I was saying minimum 10 points.
What,
Like,
from the 6?
from the 6.
Yeah, I mean the only thing is I'd say you've got Sutton at home, which I think is must win just because of the occasion.
Sure.
Harrogate at home, which we should be winning comfortably. Crewe at home,
Midweek.
which is midweek. and then you got Rochdale away, which we should win.
To be fair, that week at the end of October is actually quite big, and then we go into the first round of the FA Cup.
Yeah, at the end of that, and then Orient on the following Tuesday.
And we're happy to play you now, Orient. No,
Yeah.
you lost the game.
Who was it? We had, was it last year? Was it Portsmouth who postponed it when we were on a good run of form?
Yeah.
And then it got played when we were in a really bad run.
Definitely.
That could end up being one of them if we hit a bit of luck and Orient are struggling like it looks like they did today.
Mark Dowdy, great win today. Proud of Assal too. He's grown so much in a short period of time. Stellar ball control. But you know what? He still frustrates me because I think he can do a lot better with the ability he's got, and that's just me being really harsh on him.
Yeah.
But you know what? When he stands someone up and goes, I think the number 8 today, he stood him up and passed him like he wasn't there. He does some things that are just brilliant. And it's the age thing, isn't it? It's just getting that all-round performance. And I think when he does turn it on, he's unplayable, honestly.
But that's the thing, I would say, I think that frustration about the inconsistency is the only reason he's still playing for us.
And it's his age, you know, let's forget.
If he played like he can do every game, he's a championship player.
Yeah.
And we saw glimpses of that today, we're seeing glimpses of that this season. If you can do that on a more regular basis,
Definitely.
he's going to be an incredible player.
Yeah, and I think the thing is with him, you don't want him to lose that almost kind of like street football style where he'll run with the ball and he'll frustrate you because he hasn't passed it. But you don't want to get that out of him because that's what makes him such a special player.
Yeah, and it's the aggression and the work rate that creates chances. And won us the penalty today.
Yeah.
That was just nothing more than desire of him wanting to
I
get
agree.
there
I
first.
think just me personally, you see the ability in him.
Yeah.
And he frustrates me sometimes because he maybe doesn't play the right pass, but he's got so much ability. I think when you see a player with so much ability, you get me personally, I get frustrated because you think he could literally win a game on his own.
Yeah.
And it's just him getting that experience. But yeah, do you know what? I think I agree actually. He doesn't get involved and square up as many times. I think that's gone to Josh Davison now, who loves it around, doesn't he?
He had one
when you've got
earlier.
Chris Gunter, Lee Brown, Harry Pell and Josh Davison.
They don't stop moaning, do they?
Yeah, and Paris as well, who don't mind a scrap.
Yeah.
You've got, I just
But
have to
from
keep
last
out of
season,
it.
we didn't have that.
Yeah.
And nice, we don't want us to get, we don't want us to be the team notorious of being bad behaviour. It's just about that. I like Josh Davison because he's sticking up for himself, he's sticking up for the team. And do you know what? In times like that, that can be quite symbolic for the team, can't it? In terms of, I'm not going to
builds
be
the
bullied.
team spirit and everything like that.
But he has got to get his hair cut. It's seriously long now, isn't it?
It's seriously long.
His hairband keeps coming off.
Yeah. Well, Josh, man, hit me up. I'll help you out.
Don't come to me. I have no idea what to do.
Or me. I'll be honest, I can't give hair care advice.
But I think, speaking on the comment there about being proud of Assal, I know it sounds slightly patronising, but like last year he would have been getting so much more bookings for the odd bit of petulance and that kind of thing, and he's just not doing it anymore.
No, he's earning his bookings. He's getting bookings for the right reasons.
He's getting booked for stimulation, George.
Yeah.
Oh, that was.
that was silly.
Yeah.
That was just silly. But because you never. Whether it's I don't think it was a pen. I don't think it was a yellow.
That was my thought.
But
it's too far away from me.
Yeah, but I don't. You were sitting next to me.
Yeah, but I've got my eyesight's not as good as yours,
George. But yeah. But
I couldn't tell. I just think when you've won a penalty.
Oh, yeah, the ref's never going to give another one.
I think the referee.
Yeah, the ref's not going to give you two.
Yeah.
In a game like that, he's not going to give you two. So it's probably a naivety there from Ayub. But you'll learn from that.
Yeah.
So final thoughts before we wrap up and spend our journey trying to get home.
Might as well just stay here.
Trains and
yeah, it's only 2 weeks until the next game.
Yeah.
Thoughts, George, in terms of promising performance-wise, just get the winners, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought performance-wise we were probably worse than we were at Bradford, but we got the win. And it's a much better performance than we've seen in the last few home games, so hopefully it's a corner turns and we can start building on this. And going into that next 5, if we can pick up 10, 12 points from those 5, then all of a sudden we're back when you are looking higher up that table than down towards the bottom 4.
Spike, you got your first win at Plough Lane, well done. Obviously, Rob, again, you're still not welcome back. Actually, no, you are, because you're giving me a lift here, so you can come.
He picked a good reason to not give you a lift.
I'm worried now you're going to give us bad luck.
Yeah.
But Spike, first win, how'd you feel?
First win of the year, I should say. I have seen wins here, but not many. But first league win of the calendar year. Yeah, it felt. Well, I would like to say it felt great. At the end, it felt great. The last 26 minutes, whatever it was, were excruciating. But I think we were good value for it. It wasn't the best performance by far that I've seen from us. but you need to win ugly sometimes, and that's basically what we did.
Yeah, and do you know what? I didn't enjoy today's win because it was hard work. It was tiring. I was shattered, and I'm putting a sleep well tonight. But
Yeah.
actually, in all seriousness, I think it's a really big thing, and the reaction said it all. And that next win will become that little bit easier because of, I think these last 2 games,
Yeah.
we've really put some performances on. Ugly, but we've got to say actually, 2 weeks on a trot, we're going to go down and come back.
Yes. Yeah.
And this time we saw it out. We saw it over the line with a little bit of nerves.
Well, yeah.
But that'll become easier as it comes along.
But then it's about those nerves becoming less of a thing because you're used to holding on to leads.
Exactly.
If you're taking the lead like we have been for the last year, basically taking leads and throwing them away, and then taking leads and throwing them away, it becomes a bit of a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Oh, great, we've gone ahead. Well, we're obviously not going to win. Whereas now, if we can take the lead and keep the lead, then that will only grow the confidence and grow everyone's performances and hopefully move us up the table.
Superb. Thanks for joining us. We're back for the Saturday night game, which we all look forward to. And when Wimbledon win 2-1 home to Colchester, and hey look, we've won a game, and I don't know what else to say. Let's get on with it. And hey look, let's create this to be a norm now. And well done, Johnny Jackson and the team. And we will see you in 2 weeks' time.